So my Batman video did pretty well. Why not add more to it? So, James Gunn taking over DC is restarting the DCU. What better way to celebrate than to fancast what I think the DCU Justice League should look like. I think with the group, James Gunn wants to mix it up just slightly. I think it's going to be somewhat similar to the usual Justice League we see, minus Cyborg. Thank you, Zack Snyder. But I also think he wants to change it up just slightly. There are rumors flying around that he's heavily working on getting Flash, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman casted and figured out in the DCU. So that being said, those three are also on this list. Starting off with the Man of Steel himself, Superman. Obviously, it's going to be David Cornsweet.
Get out of here!
He is a perfect Superman. When it came to casting David Cornsweet, it was kind of like a no doubt. This guy looks like Superman. He acts like Superman. He is the perfect Superman. I am very happy with the casting they chose for him. There is a character I think that we've seen already that is going to be included, and that's Hawkgirl. Obviously, Isabella Merced is going to play Hawkgirl. She already played her in Superman.
Kendra's got some issues, so she sort of like leads with anger. I think at all times she sort of leads with this sort of like war cry mentality. She lets out a war cry every time she's about to strike. I mean, she's like not even scared to be not even scared enough to be stealthy. Like she just yells and she's like, I'm here and I'm everywhere.
So I think bringing her in, having her included in the Justice League, just like in the old animated show, I think is a good idea. And if you have Hawkgirl, I feel like you should also have Hawkman. For my Hawkman fan cast, I have Zico Zaki.
This is about me. When people ask you about me, what do you say? How do you describe me?
I say you're a great partner.
So he's a little bit older than Isabella Merced, but he also doesn't look as old as he actually is. He is most known for his TV presence on the FBI shows, but I actually think he would play a perfect Hawkman. I don't know, he kind of screams Hawkman to me when I look at him. I think he's a perfect Hawkman, and I would fan cast him as Hawkman. Next up is another one already cast in the DCU, and that is Green Lantern. I think you have Jon Stewart coming in with Aaron Pierre. It's a perfect casting. I was happy when this cast was announced. I said, yes, thank you. A good Jon Stewart. We're finally getting Jon Stewart. I think he's going to match up well with the Justice League. You have to include him in the Justice League. They're casting Hal Jordan older, so I don't think they're going to include him. I know Guy Gardner's in the Justice Gang, but I don't think they're going to keep him included. I think they're just going to end up replacing him with Jon Stewart. And I think Aaron Pierre obviously is going to be playing Jon Stewart. For my Aquaman fan cast, I think James Gunn should really look into Outlander and go with Sam Heughan. He has the build for Aquaman. I think he has the acting chops for Aquaman. I think he can play a perfect Aquaman. The popular fan cast with Alexander Skarsgård and Alexander Ludwig, they're popular. They could work, but honestly, I kind of wanted to go with a more unknown pick for Aquaman. Let's be honest, Jason Momoa is great, but he didn't really fit the qualities of Aquaman. We need someone that actually fits the qualities of Arthur Curry, and I think Sam Heughan has the qualities to be a great Aquaman. All right, for my Flash. No, it's not Grant Gustin. No, it's not Lucas Till, like everybody on the internet fan casts. I'm honestly not impressed with Lucas Till as an actor. People kind of bring up, oh, he was in a superhero movie before. He's going to do great. So was Jared Leto. That didn't work out for Morbius, did it? Honestly, I'm realizing Jared Leto is like 0 for 2 on superhero roles. And I am a huge fan of the movie 1917. And if I had to pick my Flash, I would go with the British actor from London, George McKay.
We are rescuing Mom! Mom is dead, okay, Dad? She's dead. This is not what she would have wanted. We have no Mom! I don't want to lose you! Please.
He could pull off an American accent. He's done it before. I think he could actually play Flash. I think he has the charisma for Flash. He's done a lot of serious roles, but I mean, he looks like Flash. He's actually blonde, if you want to really do Barry Allen right. And honestly, he just kind of looks like Barry Allen to me. Obviously, Lucas Till is the biggest fan cast. Bring Grant Gustin back. I don't think James Gunn is going to bring Grant Gustin back. I like Grant Gustin. The first 2 seasons of The Flash were something I grew up watching, and then after that, the fall off was kind of crazy. But Grant Gustin still played Flash, played Barry Allen great throughout the entirety of the series. Didn't have much writing to back him up. But if they don't go down those two popular routes, George McKay is someone James Gunn really needs to look into. Next up on the list, I have Martian Manhunter. I think Martian Manhunter can be played by a range of actors, but there's someone that I really want to give a second chance to. He did great in Star Wars besides the writing that was given to him, but I really like John Boyega.
What do you want me to do?
Trigger the alarm.
The alarm really?
Yes, ma'am.
Those sirens, I could press the
I
button.
need you to call 911. Right now. Okay.
John Boyega's fan casted as Jon Stewart way before Aaron Pierre was ever casted. He wants to play Red Hood in the DCU, but honestly, he's too old to play Jason Todd. But Martian Manhunter, I think he would actually play a great Martian Manhunter. He needs a second chance in the acting gig. His role as Finn wasn't done right. It wasn't his fault. I think he did it good for what he was given, and now he can be given something even greater with James Gunn's DCU. And now the hardest one, in my opinion, to cast: Wonder Woman. There's this whole belief that Wonder Woman has to be over 6 feet tall, taller than Superman. That's just not going to happen. David Cornsweet is 6'4". You're gonna have to find some upcoming actress if you really are gonna follow that, because not only are you gonna have to be taller than 6'4", you're gonna have to look like Wonder Woman and have the acting chops to play the most famous and most popular superhero that is a woman in history. So I'm forgetting all of that height stuff. I think it's more important to cast an actress that has the acting chops to play Wonder Woman and looks like Wonder Woman. So even though it is the most popular fan cast, there's a reason that it is the most popular fan cast. So that's the reason I'm picking Adria Arjona as Wonder Woman.
Can handle it.
What am I messing up?
You didn't kill that boy because we're at war. You killed him because he saw my face.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
I haven't personally seen Andor, but I've heard nothing but great things. I want to watch it, and I hear she absolutely kills it in that role. She looks like Wonder Woman, and now she even has a connection to the DCU. She is Jason Momoa's girlfriend. Jason Momoa is playing Lobo in the new Supergirl movie. Adria may not be as tall as David Cornsweet. She's 5'7". You can use a little bit of practical effects, just make her taller. She doesn't need to be tall. This whole thing that she's taller than Superman was like in one comic issue. She has been the same height or even smaller than Superman in so many comics. I'm so just fed up with this whole, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Next up, I do want to include Shazam. So even though he has been done in the DCEU before, I do want to put Shazam included into my DCU casting. I think if you give James Gunn the usage of Billy Batson and Shazam, he could have some fun with it. So I really want to see him in the DCU, and I think there's a perfect person that could play Shazam. Alan Ritchson is a freak of nature.
Miranda, I'm gonna tell you a story I've never told anyone. When I was a kid, I had a lisp. And one day my teacher asked me how I felt about my dad going off to war. And I said, Miss Simmons, I'm really sad. I meant to say sad, but it came out Thad. After that, all the kids started calling me Thad.
And though people want him as Batman, I actually see Shazam when I look at him. I think he would play a perfect Shazam. I think you could have him play kind of like that childish character of Shazam. He would do great. I think he's a great casting. I don't see him as Batman. I see him as Shazam. I just watched The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, and he was great in that. He's kind of like more of a positive upbringing character. I could see that coming out in Shazam. And the last one, The Dark Knight himself. It has been floating around. It is probably the most popular fan cast at this point, Brandon Sklenar.
Grass here is so rich in protein, it feels like grease. Worst defeat in American military history.
Wait, Custer lost?
You can't lose any worse.
That's not what they said in school. They said Custer was a hero.
That's because schools don't teach you what happened. They teach you what they want you to believe. And if they can teach you that, you'll believe anything they tell you.
No, I'm not hopping on the fan casting train. I talked about this in my last video. I have been fan casting him as Batman before he was fan cast as Batman. I've seen the clips on 1923. My parents watched 1923. It's not my personal favorite type of show, but they love it. They watched it. I've been out there in the living room. I've seen them watch it before. He could play a great Batman. He's the right age for Batman. He looks like Batman. I mean, there's not much more you can ask for Batman. He hasn't really been given an action movie type character to play, but I think if he was given that, people would automatically go, it's our Batman. The closest thing he had was that 1923 role, and even that wasn't too much like an action serious character that he needs to play for Batman. He really hasn't gotten that role yet, and I think if he did, he would nail it. I really think James Gunn is going to pick the best DC universe castings he can pick. He already did it with Superman. I think all the actors that play those characters in Superman did terrific. But anyways, that's who I think should be a part of the Justice League of James Gunn's new DCU, and that's who I think should be playing each of those roles. There's a lot of picks for each character. That's just who personally I think should play each character. I think they would all work well together, and I think that this could be our DCU's casting for Justice League. But that's it, really. Peace.